Hello there. Welcome to the VacTube on Taco Tuesday. And my esteemed guests, Mr. Culture Casino and Mr. Fat Steven Seagal.
I don't know why I'm here. Sorry, Culture, go ahead.
You're esteemed. That's why you're here, Fat. You're esteemed.
I'm just a single man.
Uh-huh.
Although women debate that.
Okay, then.
I thought you work at Shitty Walk. I thought you was a steamed vegetable.
I will shitty slap your shitty face. Nice to hear your voice, Culture.
Yeah. Sorry, I am only a voice today. My face is involved in something else right now. So
it's a voice that could.
I am not even. No.
Normally, you would hit me pretty hard for something like that, Fat Steve.
Buried between the thighs of work.
Well, Ronnie likes it. Rawr.
But I gotta give her congrats, man. Fucking Stranger Things is slaughtering. Top Gun is slaughtering. It's almost like good content out there is kicking ass.
Yeah, it's magical, isn't it? It's like good things. Oof. Yeah, if you make something good, you got an audience.
It's fantastic. I could have had a V8.
Yeah. It's been good, man. It's been better.
Yeah. It's been real good, and it really sucks because all I've seen is Stranger Things. I haven't seen Top Gun, but I want to. Because aside from the volleyball scene, I like the original.
I can just look at the numbers, and pretty much you can see it. It's just awesome. Plus, people I've been talking to have been pretty much teaching me the numbers, and I'm like, Nielsen's kicking ass, and Disney's hot. It's like I think we're not at the pendulum swing, but we're at the point where it's being held above the next targets of what's failing. I can't wait. I don't even know if it makes sense anymore.
I think you're 100% right, though, Stephen. I'm watching in real time the evaluation by these major corps. We're also seeing magazines and newspapers that people pay attention to. Like, I'll give you an example: Forbes, that's telling us right now that the ESG pipe dream. And the political pipe dreams of leaders around the world are really, the cause for concern when it comes to their own earnings, or as governments, it's, obviously everybody's finances with inflation, et cetera. I mean, even the World Bank came out and said, global inflation is here to stay. And there's a decent chance that approximately 70 countries are going to be effed.
It's not just countries. It's also just, even if it's not the countries that will get effed, it's the people inside those not so many countries. People like in poverty levels, retirement, disability, anything else, welfare. They're going to be hit the hardest first, because as the inflation happens, their ability to provide not just for themselves, but if they have kids, becomes worse and worse. And that includes education, travel, bus fares, and all that stuff. Not even looking at groceries.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, JP.
What a depressing way to open. Sorry, brother.
No. Hey, the reality is depressing shit right now.
Welcome to the Black Pill stream.
Black pill, no shill. That's how we roll. What's up, JP? And I forgot to thank you for that tip you gave us a week and a half ago, because it came in. My notification came in after the show ended, so I appreciate that very much, brother. And I'll hit you with one of these. Thank you.
Get the fuck out of here. Now I cannot.
Love that. Mm-hmm. Hey, War Monkey. How you doing, brother? Let's see. What's up, Connor? Going to Top Gun Thursday night. You're more welcome to come with me. Dude, if I could get
away.
No, if I could fly overseas, then I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
He's over in Ireland.
Yeah,
Good to see you, buddy.
that's crazy.
Hadn't seen him in a long time. Good to see you, man. He's got good toy reviews and stuff like that on his channel.
Mm-hmm. The Lego Optimus Explorer got that. He delivered to him today. So
Oh, yeah?
that. Yeah.
I am more sexier than anyone on this panel, and that goes 3 times with.
Is that Phil again? Tell Phil to shut up.
What?
We have enough fake news on Twitter, Phil.
Uh-oh. So I said no sausage fest because Phil started preaching because there's no Arlena's not here, so it's like man freedom or something like that. And there's all this let me go back up top where he said it. Said a solo Daryl. It shall now be known as Men's Freedom Day. Phil McCracken supports this message. And Dorothy Kimmy says Men's Freedom Day. So are the ladies still invited? Otherwise, it's a bit of a sausage party. And I
tucked my
no
sausage. I tucked my sausage before coming on stream.
And then Kimmy said that, oh, drat, and what am I to do with all this Arwen brand global sausage I brought?
Let's just go.
Bring it Friday. She'll be here Friday for karaoke.
Another trip to the void.
What's up, Mark? What's up, Claude? That burn in your mind. Oh, there's a lot of things I have burned in my mind that I wish weren't there, but they are. So, but yeah, I mean, going back to what y'all were saying earlier about Top Gun and Stranger Things. I've seen Stranger Things, and I tried to stretch it out, but my wife wouldn't let me. She was like, "No, we need to binge it." And I was like, "No, we need to watch like one episode a week and build up to the
God no
coming out."
You can still go back and find the things you missed, though.
Yeah, and I'm going to start watching it again probably tomorrow. But yeah, we made it through all 7 episodes, and holy God, it's like movie after movie after movie, and just better and better and better with each episode.
I'm very upset that they introduced Eddie so late in the series. I'm a little bothered by it because I love that character so much.
I agree. He's the one I identify with most.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is that we're seeing this type of this debate going on whether or not Will is gay.
Oh, your mic faded out.
I'm not seeing that fully. I'm seeing more that maybe what Will has painted is literally something to come, and it's more of a Minority Report. I'm hoping it goes out that way. It probably won't, but he's holding on to that picture for dear life, and it means something to him. And I don't think it's how he feels. I think it's something more. I think it's maybe the painted memory in case something happens, and I hope it goes down that road. Oh, spoilers! I'm so sorry. I don't mean to.
Oh, hang on. Let me fix that real quick. There we go.
God.
There we go.
Yeah,
All taken care of.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Eddie should have been introduced probably late season 2.
Mm-hmm. There is one thing though, I've seen a lot of great fiction writing: Stranger Things, Top Gun, Taylor Lorenz, and I'm proud of all of them. Get it? Taylor Lorenz has been bullshitting so much for Washington Post. She's now considered a fictional writer. She's on the top.
It's actually interesting that she's not been suspended. Somebody from the WAPO got suspended for a month.
She might. The dude that retweeted one thing. Yeah. There's definitely hypocrisy there. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, that makes no sense at all. Bastards. You can't. It's okay to be someone who's wrong and lying and officially attacking people, but hey, if you retweet one little joke, you're suspended. That's the beauty of this world right now. But yeah, you got to move on. You got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
Pick them out of the grill of your car eventually. Oh, sorry. What do you mean that part?
Turn this, society into death race.
I call it the neighborhood race. How many kids can get out of the front of the grill of my car? I'm up to 8. I don't have a car, so it's also Grand Theft Auto.
Wow.
Dude, we still got to play that game.
I've never driven a car in my life. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, bummer.
Well, you're really not missing much because once you get past the honeymoon phase, which lasts maybe a week, then it's like, oh fuck, I gotta drive.
Yeah.
I drive a lot for my job, and it's like I've been driving since I was 13. I'm like, occasionally I just want to ride in the passenger seat and sleep.
Makes sense. How's Orlando doing? I haven't seen her. Like, it's kind of a weird crew today.
Yeah, Arlena's taking the week off.
You're calling me weird, Steven?
No, I'm calling you eccentric.
Okay.
You're not part of the normal crew here. That's what I'm saying. You're not part of that. What? I'm not even going to get into this debate right now. You're just as special as everyone else, Culture.
Okay. Thank you. It's about time.
Helmet and all.
Jeez. Did you just call him a window licker?
No. Seatbelt fondler, maybe?
I can hear your eyes going back and forth. It's like, no.
No, I don't. That's just a terminology I would never use in public on stream with them listening.
Hey, Cameron, what's up, brother? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Oh, dude, I have that cough left over from the ick that I caught for a week. So
COVID?
it just kind of sticks around for a little while.
Mine's allergies.
Mine's heavy drug use.
Dude, share.
Yeah, vitamin C and veggie powder. Yep, go ahead. You can have all of it you want.
No, I take vitamin C on a regular basis because of my allergies.
Oh, I don't get allergies.
Allergies suck, especially where I live. Here in North Texas. Oh, mountain cedar. Ugh. That is the biggest thing.
Did you get to see the new poster, Daryl?
For what?
Here, I'll bring it up to you. But they dropped a new poster today for Prey, that new Hulu movie for the next Predator.
Oh dear God!
Yeah.
Oh,
the trailer looks bad. It looks really bad, and I listed it great on the poster.
oh my God!
Yeah, that took me a while. You gotta get the green just right.
Oh,
That is
right.
Elizabeth Warren, yes.
Yeah, she is.
I like how she's doing the job.
Yeah, she's terrible.
How to cut your chat in 3 seconds? Politics.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
No,
Hey, we don't care about shit like that here. We make fun of everybody.
yeah, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you up to, Culture? What master plan are you doing right now with your content?
Oh no, I'm still living within the stories that I cover on the Pop Culture Entertainment channel. That's all the business side of things for the most part. I got a couple of stories that came in that are interesting to me. That's just kind of how I run that channel. Is this interesting to me? And can I get some people to maybe be interested in it also? But and then of course I have I just have different views than people do on some stuff, and I guess that's important. But and then of course beer holds +4 food rations. Yes, it does. My beard is it does help there. But no, I've got the new Cultured Builds channel now, which is my DIY channel. So I'll be releasing the second video over there tomorrow, actually. So thank you for the promotion there, Steven. Well done. Segue. That's professional YouTubing right there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just a guy who talks. My new hashtag for my channel is piss off YouTube. That's pretty much from Crowder, and I love it, and I'm keeping it.
Excellent.
Yeah, it is, because they can piss off.
There you go.
How to make a chat uncomfortable in under 5 minutes.
Oh no, we said way worse things on this.
No, yeah, I've been there for most of it.
Yeah. Take a trip to the Gulf Coast. Everything attacks your allergy bus. Actually, the only thing that attacks me at the Gulf Coast is the sand. It's rough. It's coarse. Gets everywhere.
Okay, George Lucas.
Wow.
No, my allergies actually get relief down at the coast.
You know what solves the sand allergy, right? Killing Tuscan Raiders.
Mm. Don't get me started on that shit. God, that pissed me off. Hey, Blue, what's up, brother?
You didn't like Tuscan Dancing with Tuscans?
No,
Okay.
What about Obi Kenobi?
Obi lost. Yeah, Obi didn't won. He lost.
Obi lost.
They lost everything.
Yeah. I mean, I have not seen Kenobi, so I can't particularly say. However, what I've read about it and the clips I've seen and stuff like that, it just on par with what Disney does.
Mhm.
They turned him into Jake.
Yeah.
Jake.
We just need more. I just need more content. I'm not being satisfied. I'm going back into Sanctuary soon, and then I'm going to probably do DS9 and just anime.
Sanctuary.
I just started DS9 a few days ago.
Well, if you haven't seen Sanctuary Culture, it was actually the lead was the Amanda Carter from SG1,
Oh, wow. All right.
and it has to deal with like creatures and stuff like that in underground sanctuary. So yeah, it's
Are
actually
they
like that.
are they from the Black Lagoon?
So, they might be. I'm not spoiling it, but it's worth giving it a shot. I think it was around. I think it was during the same time or right before Fringe came out, and the times of Eureka. Eureka was still a good show on Sci-Fi.
Hmm.
I heard that went south quick.
What's out, Eureka?
Mm-hmm.
I watched it to the end. I had no problem. I actually did.
Yeah, she inspired me to go with DS9. She said, "Hey, I started DS9 last week," and I was like, "Well, shit." I've been meaning to watch that too, so I started it as well. And you're watching Voyager.
Yikes.
Well, I couldn't get past Janeway because I just kept picturing her and oh geez, that Fred Ward superhero movie he did. Not a superhero, but oh, the one where he had like the Asian trainer that was addicted to soap operas. Remo Williams.
The Adventure Begins.
Yes.
That was a pretty fun movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of my, well, I don't have guilty pleasures because I'm a fan of bad movies. So that's an actual decent movie for me. But I couldn't get into Voyager because I kept picturing her in that movie. And I'm like,
But she didn't make it.
Darkman, that was a good one too. Liam Neeson going ape shit. And then when he, became Qui-Gon Jinn, I was like, ooh, I wonder if he's going to go Darkman on somebody. That would have been cool.
Awkward silences are the best silences.
All right, bro. Like some smash, make sure you're done. All right. Take care, Phil. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
Also, clean up your mirror, Phil. You keep thinking you're the sexiest thing alive. I think your mirror's lying to you. Just give it a wipe down with some Windex and a cloth and some reality. heavy emphasis on the reality part in that towel.
Catherine Hepburn in Space is how I heard Jane White. Well, where would you like to go, Commander?
Oh God, Janeway could be the new voice of the Daleks. That'd be creepy as hell.
Escape from New York was another good one. Love that movie.
L.A. was all right, except it got kind of.
Yeah, when Peter Fonda showed up and they started surfing, I was like, really?
Yeah, that was yeah.
I was like, I did not drink enough before I started watching this movie.
No, I'd rather watch Surf Ninjas than I'm going to watch people trying to surf.
But it's yeah, other than a couple of goofy parts like that, yeah, it was decent. I liked it.
Nice.
Let's see, Troy is great. If you'd like to watch people in leather skirts. 13th Warrior was good, yes. And Troy was great, but I don't really care for Brad Pitt. Oh, the Cannonball Run. That's a blast from the past.
I don't remember
Look.
that one.
Oh, homework.
No, homework.
Jamie Farr in that one as the Sheik. I need 9 orders of couscous.
What?
Did you ever watch MASH?
Yeah.
The guy who dressed in drag all the time trying to get kicked out?
Klinger?
Yeah.
No, it was a Klinger?
Yeah, that's Klinger.
Yeah,
That's Jamie Farr, and he plays a Sheik in the Cannonball Run. And he's always
Okay.
trying to get couscous from somewhere. That's the running joke with him, but it's a good movie.
I'll take your word for it.
And Dom DeLuise is Captain Chaos. And definitely, and they show the bloopers at the end of the movie. It's freaking hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, it's real good. It's also got some nice TNA in there too. Lord of the Rings film from the 70s. You mean the Hobbit cartoon?
I've seen that.
Yep. And saw the stupid spoiled horror episode of South Park. It kind of ruined it for me.
Oh, the Backdoor Sluts 9 one?
Yeah, the one with Paris
Where
Hilton.
Butters is going crazy?
No, was that the one that Cartman made him get in? No, that was the Sea Monkey episode. No, it was the one where all the girls wanted to be like Paris Hilton, have the house parties and stuff, and Cartman never got invited to a party, so he kept trying to get invited.
Oh,
Those were being like all kissy with the guys and Stan and Colin are like, what the hell's going on with you? And see, at the end of it, Paris Hilton and Mr. Slave had a whore off.
No, I think I missed that one.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you the end because let's just say it was reminiscent of The Hobbit. Oh, it was good.
I'm terrified.
That comment terrifies me. If your mother could kiss like that.
Oh my God.
Tom
What's your
Cruise
first?
wants to- Do it.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. What were we going to say?
I was just asking Culture what his first DUI movie video is going to be about.
DUI? I mean,
Yeah, that's
you
right.
mean DUII. Yeah, the first one already came out. It was a cedar and redwood planter box that you can build for not a lot of money. And that's the goal for pretty much everything nowadays. So it's actually like one of the things is that we're in the process of completely rebuilding the backyard, like from scratch all over again. So the garden, patio, all of it's getting redone. And so I'm just basically using that as part of the projects. I've got major remodels to do at some of the properties. I've got, so I'll be doing like kitchen island remodel. I'll be doing a bathroom shower tub remodel. That'll be just a giant steam shower. I've got, rebuilding or replacing wood on, the cast iron benches, all kinds of just stuff like that. Like I'll teach people how to insulate their garage doors and just junk like that. Stuff that doesn't cost a lot, but can actually help you out, long term and get more value in wherever you are. So.
Yeah, the first video is real good. To me,
Thank
it's therapeutic.
Thank you.
So I sat there and just watched the whole thing and just relaxed. It was really relaxing to watch.
Yeah, because you weren't doing the work.
That too. Oh, where did I say the last? There it is. Tom Cruise announced a sequel to Legend. I'm intrigued and facepalm at the same time. He's old. Mia Sarah is older. I'm sure she still looks good though. But if you can't have Tim Curry as the devil,
He had a stroke. He's in a chair. I don't think he's going to be doing that anymore.
yeah.
He can do it from the chair.
Dude, half of it, side of his face. It depends how he's able, if he's able to do anything because of the stroke. Like what his limitations are.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him in a chair, not that long ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, he still goes to Comic Cons when he can. And taking pictures with everybody. Hey, Better Call Maul. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Or should I say normally it's a shit show. Today it's just kind of a quiet, laid back show. Okay. Since you hadn't been here in a while, Blue. Can I get a hell yeah? There you go, buddy. They dubbed me the Stone Cold Steve Austin on YouTube. I'm like, no, but I'll do that. So
They did.
yeah, him, Blue, and Strike, and Charlie. And they started calling me Stone Cold for some reason. I guess because I'm from Texas.
Where is Charlie? I haven't seen him in a while.
I saw him was it last week or week before. He's been busy with cons because they've been going through his area, and he's been doing a lot more training. Lately was karate. Heard something about Stone Cold Steve Austin. What's up? Oh hell. There he is, our first mod. Rito and Speedo walking on that beach. Rito and Speedo. Watch
I
out.
think I
Wait.
need another drink.
Okay.
What?
I thought you said, I think you need another drink. So I was like, okay. I'll take one.
You're still on call though. You can't.
I can drink Coke, which is what I'm drinking.
It's weird without the ladies, isn't it? It's like very
Quiet.
yeah, it's almost like our own thoughts.
It's quiet.
Hey y'all.
Oh man, at least your coworkers don't call you Sergeant Slaughter. Well, I understand why they call you Sergeant Slaughter, because you are a chef and you're dangerous. Not intentionally. Speaking of dangerous, what's up, Valiant?
How y'all
In the
doing?
chat. Oh, hey, there he is. Hey, Val.
Sorry, I had a few minutes here. I was in the middle of a couple of things, but I saw the link and I've just been running around the house trying to get a few things done. What's going on?
Oh, just pretty much just BSing about the good entertainment that has come out recently. And Steven doesn't like my song I just sang, so.
I must have missed that one.
No, it was the Greedo and the Speedo song.
Ew, that's a terrible image.
Well, hey, I mean, he was our first mod, so.
Greedo in a Speedo. Wow. Oh, God.
And he is a phenomenal guitar player, too.
Cool.
What's up, Valiant?
Not much.
Yeah. Hey, and pretty decent numbers for Top Gun. We kind of started there when we were talking about good entertainment. You think we're going to hit 1 billion? I think 900 million's not out of reach.
It can. It doesn't have as strong an international play as like Doctor Strange has so far. But this movie has surprised everybody. It crossed over Doctor Strange's haul, for day to day, just yesterday or Sunday, I think it was. So if you look at the chart, it's now exceeding Doctor Strange's performance, and it's a movie that started with $60 million less on opening weekend than Doctor Strange. I mean, that's how
it's
bizarre it is.
It's got legs. I mean, it fell off less than 30% weekend over weekend. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. No, the only thing that's going to put a dent in it is going to be Jurassic Park Dominion this weekend.
Oh, have you seen the reviews on that?
Not good.
They are bad.
Oh, well, that's surprising, especially after Fallen Kingdom or whatever, because that movie was pretty bad. I was hoping that this one would be better, especially, I mean, you're bringing back the original cast. Now, then again, movies like this typically don't get great critic reviews anyway. again, Top Gun being the anomaly for an action movie for getting really high critic reviews. But look, I think that Jurassic World Dominion is still going to pull down. Oh God, it's probably still going to pull down 200 in its opening weekend.
Easy.
I mean, it's just going to be a juggernaut, and the international haul is going to be huge. Now, whether the movie bears out, whether it actually can manage a set of legs to it, I would be very surprised if that movie doesn't finish up at whatever its opening weekend is, 2.5 times that. I mean, a 2.5 set of legs would be about what you would expect. Hopefully better. I mean, Top Gun Maverick after 2 weekends is already at 2.56.
Yeah, and I think
insane.
I know, but I fully expect it to cross 900 million because I think it's going to hit 600 million domestic. I really do.
Well, isn't it in theaters only, 1 or 2 more weeks?
No. It's only been in theaters for 2 weeks. It's got this week that we're in right now.
There is no time limit for this. That was one
Oh,
thing that
okay.
Cruise was adamant about. That's
Yeah.
why the movie was held for 2. I mean, this movie was completed. It was ready to be in theaters 2 years ago. And one of the stipulations, I mean, Paramount wanted to put it on Paramount Plus. Cruise said, go piss on yourself. That ain't happening. Supposedly, it was negotiated at the end of the day with an exclusive 120-day window. So you're talking 4 months. 4 months minimum before they could do anything else with it. So I would expect to see Blu-ray and DVD sales and premium video on demand and digital downloads right after 4 months, maybe on month 5. And then, maybe it gets to Paramount Plus on the regular side of things 6 to 8 months from now. Maybe. But if Paramount does that, Cruise's contract, they basically have to pay him another big set of money. This is one of the last guys that's getting gross points on these kind of films.
Yeah, he's actually on a first dollar contract still with Paramount.
Yep. So, I mean, he's making more money than Paramount up front. I mean, he got his $12.5 million paycheck up front, and Paramount stated, I did this 2 videos ago. Surprisingly, that one did better than I thought. I think it's already at like 12,000 views. But if they wind up, if Paramount brings home, Paramount stated that their break even to them is 410 million. That means it's got to cross about 800 or so million at the box office to get that 410 back to Paramount, roughly. And Paramount spent 172.5 million production budget. They spent north of 150 million on global marketing. So that's not 410, obviously, but they've obviously factored in those first dollar contracts not only to Cruise, but also to and I forget his name, the executive producer from Skydance. So they're and Skydance had a 25% equity position in the film in terms of costs, but supposedly they get a 40% takedown from the box office. So I mean, I don't know how they're getting these damn contracts. I mean, it's nuts. So Paramount, but I think Paramount doesn't mind because the word of mouth and the success of the picture has been so great. Even if Paramount itself doesn't quite break even from the theatrical revenues, which is hard to fathom, but it is possible considering what Cruise and Skydance get to take first dollar. They're gonna make a bunch of money on the back end when this thing gets out to Paramount Plus, to additional distribution, like I said, with PVOD, with Blu-ray and DVD sales, stuff like that. And then long term on a movie like this, I think what they're hoping to do is to create some type of, I think offshoot Paramount Plus show, limited series or series. Well, I don't think it's going to have. I think it's going to be more along the lines of it'll follow the younger pilots or another group of. They'll call it. Basically, what they'll do is they'll use the Top Gun name and make a story off of it. As well as this movie was put together, if Paramount just allows the writers to do the same thing, especially if they get guys like Christopher McQuarrie involved, who's basically Tom Cruise's right hand. I mean, he's the guy that's written the Mission Impossible movies. He did The Usual Suspects back in 1995. He did Top Gun. The guy has talent. There's no doubt. So it just depends what Paramount wants to do with it.
All right, I'll give credit on that one. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, whether McQuarrie's involved in it or not, I don't know, but I'm kind of thinking he would be, at least to some capacity, because I think, look, the die has been cast. This is how you treat legacy characters and legacy IPs, and this is the response that you get. I think Paramount would be incredibly stupid to just abandon that and go a totally different direction. I think they understand this. I wish the Star Trek division over there would understand that, but they haven't figured that out yet, and they may never. So who knows?
Exactly.
Well, you also had this film only being made because Kaczynski wrote it, walked it over to and pitched Cruise directly. Otherwise, this film doesn't get made.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was kind of something always on the back burner for him. And you got Mission Impossible 7 and 8 coming next year and the year after. There's others. There's like some untitled Tom Cruise / SpaceX project in the works as well.
Oh no.
So
He's playing Elon, isn't he?
I don't know what that means, but well, it could be like, I mean, it could be another movie where he's a SpaceX pilot. I don't know. I mean, it's just that's what it says on IMDb Pro.
Well, speaking of that, and talking about Elon, have you guys seen him taking shots at YouTube today?
No.
He's been taking pot shots at YouTube's advertising, scam advertisers all day today. Since this morning. And I have been giddy as hell laughing.
No, what is he saying?
Okay, let me pull it up for you. We have things like Elon Musk tweeted this. There's two pictures of Patrick from SpongeBob. The first one is the anger and goes to YouTube when someone swears. Then it has Patrick with sunglasses on laying down like relaxing to YouTube when there are obvious scam ads all over their site. Then we have him actually tweeting out 8 hours ago, YouTube seems to be nonstop scam ads. Crowder replied on it, Neurotic replied on it, Quartering replied on it. Like they are going, he's not holding back. He's not.
See,
I'm joyful. I'm joyful with this because honestly, I was like predicting he needs to go head to head with YouTube because YouTube is the biggest hypocrisy outside of Twitter, and it especially after the H3 thing and the way we're watching the Johnny Depp, not only not the shadow banning, but the suppression and throttling for actual creators covering this who have been covering this for years and not giving the proper eyesight as well as the views. You have people doing false copyright claims and everything and literally just making it worse for creators. And we all know as YouTube creators over the years, decades, how long you've been here, DMCA abuse, copyright abuse, and all that stuff falling down. It seems to be pushing harder and harder the smaller your channel is, while you have channels in the millions getting away with little threats and violence, getting away with goddamn murder and only getting a weak penalty, which makes no goddamn sense for people who are actually trying to make a difference and actually trying to express themselves. So I'm glad he's attacking them. I'm hoping he targets a lot of things because the more eyes on these platforms that are literally getting away with narrative and motive and murder will eventually have a spotlight on them. And it's time they come out of the dark. And I think it's true. There's more than one swamp, and even a little bit of light will drain it a little bit.
Trying to see exactly. He put an example up of what he calls a scam ad,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't. What's the scam part? That's what I'm missing. Is what
there's ads out there that do nothing. Like you're getting like you can get weird ads like when there's top ads and scam ads, you'll get stuff like for I don't know how to explain it, but everyone knows. Like you get these ads for sites that literally just take your money and give you no product or some other weird shit. Well, he'll probably go more into it afterwards.
Okay.
Like the ones you see on Facebook.
Yeah. I see everybody's like, just buy YouTube. I'm like, yeah, you're talking about a totally different animal than Twitter.
Foot down.
Yeah. I mean,
Hell,
you're 45 billion or whatever for Twitter versus literally what would Google be? $1.5 trillion?
I just think it's funny that they're just putting buy YouTube on there, because even though YouTube is probably watching this, they're seeing all the eyes of these larger accounts because everywhere relies on Twitter because it's like where all the eyes are at once, whether you're a sociopath or not. And this is just, I think he's trolling the hell out of YouTube.
Oh, I don't think you're wrong. I think he loves trolling, period.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be fun to watch because I don't think he wants to buy anything. I think he wants tech companies to be
Well,
tech companies, not activists.
I think that's some of it, Fats. But I can tell you right now, I think he's going to complete the Twitter deal. I think he's just trying to get it at a much lower price.
Yeah,
Well,
I think he can make. I believe he can make Twitter literally an on par fighter against YouTube if he decided to make it more of like YouTube. We have the community. You already have the ability to stream to Twitter. All you have to do now is somehow turn your account into a video holding. You know what I mean? It's there.
Yeah.
And it would literally. It could suffocate YouTube because you tweet out to get people to come to YouTube. And YouTube, we've heard rumors where they're trying to suffocate and take away the share button. That means they're trying to get rid of outside views, outside everything, and make it worse. This would be on par and have more. I just think it's a good thing either way. I think it's. Go ahead, Culture. I'm sorry. Or whoever it was, Valiant, who was talking, I cut off.
No, I was going to say, I think he still wants Twitter. I think he always wanted Twitter. I don't think that's changed. I just think he wasn't happy with some of the information he was being given. And as he dug more into it, he realized that, well, if Twitter's price is being artificially inflated based on the number of quote unquote active accounts, which all these social media platforms, that's the primary metric of their functionality, right? To sell ads, to make revenue, it's all based on active accounts, active users.
Well, they make ads anyways and money off us, even if we're not monetized. They made that decision. What was it, last year?
On
hey,
Twitter?
guess what? No, on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Oh no,
yeah.
but I'm talking about Twitter though. But I mean,
my bad.
That's no. I'm just saying that's what he found on Twitter was the fact that I don't think it's 5%. I think it's 20% of your accounts are bogus accounts. I mean, and which I'm starting to think he's probably right because every time we see, I mean, YouTube's probably the same thing. Every time you see somebody come in with a snarky comment and trash you or they try to troll you, you go look at their Twitter page and they have like 2 followers and they follow 100 people and they've been, and it's like it's always something like that. It's always somebody that is like nothing out of nowhere. And those are the kind of accounts that, yeah, okay, they're accounts. And might there even be a real person operating that account? Yes. But at the same time, that's not their main account. I mean, they might have 5 or 6 or 20 different Twitter accounts just to go around trolling and artificially pushing up certain tweets.
Here, yeah, and you make perfect sense. Here, Daryl, can you share this while at Valiant Talks? And here's a prime example of what we're seeing. We have companies out there. You want to buy followers, you want to buy subs, you want to buy Twitch growth. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, you can do that for your YouTube channel too. That's a big scam out there.
Followers, $10 for $250, 500 followers, and all you gotta do is pimp up their stuff, and they're like, "Oh wow, you have 1 million following it." No one's talking. This is another thing. I think this is also what a lot of people are afraid of. Is like these businesses would get shut down, and it would at least affect their income, because everyone would buy these just to reach the limitations of your accounts, just so you can get onto the next. What would it be like? What is that thing when you reach a certain tier that you have more capability? I guess more capabilities to do things. So yeah. This is other shit you gotta worry about.
That's crazy.
Yeah, people buy. It's funny. People buy subs. People buy followers. People buy everything, and it's not that hard to tell who is doing it or who is doing it to who, because you can look at things like Social Blade, and you can see the growth versus the views, or you can see the follows versus the actual activity. And YouTube's aware of this too. Twitter's aware of this too. It just depends how much of these platforms want to take you down or not.
Yeah. Well, usually you can tell if it's, bots or actual people about their live streams, how many's in their chat.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I gauge it off of.
Yeah.
I mean, we vary from anywhere from, 7 or 8 to 30. It just depends on the content of the show and, who's available when we do it. Yeah, I agree, Kimmy. Astounding to watch some of the biggest parts of social media and general media literally destroying themselves. Yeah, over bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Over utter shite.
Online clout is a very big destructive force across all of everywhere. online internet is great things. It is wonderful things to help get information across the world at lightning speed. But with that became the addiction of not just online interaction, the addiction of being acknowledged by people you'll never meet. And from there, the social clout addiction was born. And it's ever more as you want to become an influencer, even if those influencers are just a number. And we are all staying in this weird conversation. Oh, we're not a number. We don't want to be a dollar sign. Yet you're worried more about your followers and subs. Even I'm guilty of that. That's just, it's like we're turning into binary beings, but through social clout.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. I understand what you're saying.
Sort of.
Well, English escaped me for a moment, so I had to. Yeah,
Stephen used words. Ha ha ha.
Stephen used words. I got confused.
Oh, yeah.
No, it just really it blows my mind that somebody would want to buy followers or buy subscribers or whatnot just to appear to have more clout. And to me, that doesn't give you clout; it takes it away.
Well, the cloud is also getting monetized, especially with like things like YouTube or Twitch. People don't care because they don't want to work hard. They want to reach that milestone and then feel like they've accomplished something. It's everywhere.
Well, that's at the same time, I don't understand why YouTube allows that.
They don't. They start taking it away. That's what I'm saying. So things like Social Blade will find out. But there's people out there that will do it because they don't want to be left behind, or they feel like they've done enough work that they should just get whatever the hell's coming to them. I'm not saying everyone, but there's
Yeah.
a few.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, there's been people that have started channels after me that are already monetized, but I'm good for them. Hell yeah, proud of you, man.
There's so
like
many
I was telling
factors.
Culture earlier, we are slow growing, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many factors that go into it, but I don't understand the buying the subs or buying the Twitter followers, because at the end of the day, it becomes, maybe not immediately, but over time, it becomes more apparent. When you have a channel, for example, that has 100,000 followers, but your average video is getting 2,000 views, 3,000 views, or you have a subscriber base of 300,000 followers, and your average video is getting a couple thousand views, kind of thing.
Or a
that
5K channel, and you're not even breaking 100, and then you're just being throttled the hell down.
Yeah. I mean, depending on the content. But if you look,
sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, when you look across the board, and that's the thing, it's like, obviously channels that talk about topical information that's being searched on by the day, so like right now, if you're doing a YouTube video and you're talking about Stranger Things or something like that, you're going to raise your propensity because more people are searching for that. But at the same time, you're also in competition with a tremendous amount of other channels, some of them much bigger than you, that are going to absorb that search, right? People are going to click on other ones first. They go, oh, well, 100,000 people watch this video, right? But your video might be better, but only 100 people watched it. And that's a factor when people click on things, right? So that's always kind of the chase.
Yeah.
But then there's the things to where, that are inexplicable with how YouTube works. And that's the bottom line at the end of the day that people try to figure out is, how do I maximize my reach as best, to the best of my ability to get that done. And
real quick, let me interject, mate. I'm sorry. Culture has to leave.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine, brother. Thank you so much for being here.
No, and you know what? Keep talking. It's the most important thing you can do on this platform. So, VR, Fats, Daryl, I hope you guys have a great night. See you soon.
Thanks, sir.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have too long myself. I've got to I got to finish working on dinner in a bit. But yeah, it's one thing I've learned about YouTube is that there are certain things that you can learn. There are certain things that you can adjust for, and do the best you can with trying to make your channel stand out. But then there's a lot of stuff that you don't have control over, which is fine. That's life. And you also have, unfortunately, no way to understand how it works. And that's the part that's frustrating, because a lot of it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I've had, I guess, fairly decent luck getting views on our videos or our live streams after the fact with hashtags.
Yeah.
I've been utilizing those.
The hashtags can help. All of that can help. Learning how to do descriptions, learning how to do the titles. Thumbnails are really important. Steven's been helping me with that lately. And there's things that go into it.
I suck at thumbnails. I really suck at thumbnails.
You think you suck at thumbnails, but your thumbnails work. The thumbnail you made for that Tom Cruise video is now up to
10K. Yeah, I know. I'm checking
12,000 views. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing the difference between thumbnails. So yeah.
Yeah.
And you're at 2K views for examining the number. Yeah. Holy shit, you are.
Yeah, it's about 12,000. Well, remember, there's more views than what shows up on YouTube.
That's what I understand. Your studio will show one number, but when you go to your homepage, it shows a different number. You're like, "Will you guys make up your goddamn mind?"
Part of it is they're on slightly different systems. So my understanding is how that works is that when you're looking at YouTube Studio, you're seeing you're closer to the source, like of where YouTube is tracking the views as they come in, versus the public page of YouTube where there is a lag. And if you have a video that is performing rapidly to where these views are coming in at very fast rates, like all of a sudden, like, let's say you have 1,000 views in an hour, the first hour or something like that, the public YouTube side is just not going to catch up to that. At the end of the first hour, it might show you have 500 views, but on the studio end, you're at 1,200. I mean, that's pretty common. That's across the board. Now, over the course of 2 or 3 days, those two numbers tend to start coming together. Like the public side will catch up because, of course, you get a lot of views, in the first 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, and then things start to, slowly trail off. And as that trails off, as the rate of new views coming in starts to decline, it allows the public side to catch up to the studio side and become more in line. So that's one thing I've noticed. But like I said, it's taken a while to kind of wrap my head around how things work, and a lot of the stuff that I do it tends to be more topical because I look at the news that fits into my wheelhouse, and then I'll produce a video on that. Now, it just, like if the wheelhouse happens to coincide with popular things like Top Gun or Stranger Things or Obi-Wan or something that's trending that week, because that's what I look at, Hollywood entertainment news, then I've tried to figure out how to title the video, how to make the description in the video, and then making sure I tag it using, tools like TubeBuddy and stuff like that can help you start to narrow. I don't try to put stuff in on descriptors and tags that don't have anything to do with the video. Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk with it, but what I'm trying to do is find what are the biggest search terms related to the stuff I'm talking about in this video that I can then repeat 3, 4, 5, 6 times between a title, the tags, the description, so that when it goes out, that Google algorithm in the SEO picks it up much faster. So that's kind of been, at least what I can't be sure, kind of the recipe for what success that I have had at doing it.
Holy shit. Real quick, I was looking, one of my friends told me the other day, said that we had 90 people watching our Saturday show because it was about Kenobi. And I showed up here in the corner, and when I clicked on it on YouTube, it was the same number. It was about 20. But he said, no, dude, you had 90 people watching.
That was YouTube screwing up and getting your channel confused with another.
And
I even have video proof of how it does it.
Well, looking right here, we got 561 views on that live stream.
Cool.
Holy shit. We have never had one do that good. Not even Jay, when Drunk 3PO came on.
Ooh, burn.
Yeah, I never know how to gauge it because it's like you can see things that get out of whack.
Yeah.
And how many people, and sometimes, yeah, you can have chats with loads of people in it, but they're just not, or at least let me rephrase that. You can have a live stream that shows loads of people in it,
Yeah.
but there's not a correlated amount of people in the chat. Part of that can be depending on what you're talking about, what time of day you're on, and who your audience is. Because I know there's a lot more YouTube. There's probably 5 to 10 times more YouTube that I actually listen to than I'm actually participating in chat in.
Right.
Because I've just got it on in the background. So, like, when I was on with Legal Mindset during the last couple of weeks of the Amber Heard trial, now Andrew streams at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning.
Damn.
Well, he does that because, his normal time is when he's in Seoul, South Korea.
Oh.
That's where he lives. Now, he's from Florida, but he spends most of his time in Seoul. So when Andrew's streaming at 5 a.m. for me, that's 7 o'clock at night over there, or vice versa. So he's picking up, like, most of his audience. When we peaked at about 23,000 in the live views.
Wow.
And I was like, one morning we had 10,000, we had 17,000, and then during closing arguments that morning or the morning before, we had 23,000 at the peak.
That's
Now,
crazy.
the chat was moving quick, but it wasn't moving 23,000 quick.
Right.
But then again, he was home in Florida at that point. He was streaming from the States, but his audience is still primarily Australia, Korea, New Zealand. It's like a lot of the Pacific Rim and the South Pacific. Now he gets a lot of U.S. stuff, but he's got a huge Aussie audience. And a lot of them are just, they got it on. They're listening to it in the background. They're listening to it in the car. Not everybody jumps in chat.
Right.
But you could tell because at the end of the stream, the number of views and every regular video he puts out, like if he clips a video from it and just shoots it out, like I think, because one day I pulled up my YouTube studio. I'm like, what did I do? Where did these extra 100 subs just come from? And I looked and I'm like, oh, Andrew clipped an 8-minute segment of me and him talking from the night before, and it had 300,000 views in like 8 hours.
Wow.
So it's that kind of stuff. So again, it's one of those things to where you don't know what's going to happen. It's just you can't. I've like I said, I've kind of given up on trying to figure it out. I just know it's like if I do this and this works, I'm going to keep doing that. That's it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I said that about Drunk 3PO, but the one I clipped of you and Steven talking YouTube, I'm trying to find it. That did really well.
What did you title it?
YouTube Talk with Fat Steven Seagal and Valiant Renegade.
I thought it was two dickheads talk YouTube.
See, that's
No,
the kind of thing. If you take this, like take the clip that we just did together, and if you title this, panel discussion on YouTube subscribe, how to grow your YouTube subscribers, that's going to get picked up very, a lot more. It's just cuckoo stuff like that.
Right.
Because there's always people searching YouTube to learn how to use YouTube. That's one thing I've noticed out there. Like those videos, and not only do they perform like quickly up front, like topical videos do, but they tend to have a long shelf life and a lot of legs. So like you might get a couple hundred views in the first couple days, but then you go back and check a month later and it's like, oh, it's at 1,000 views. Like it just keeps going.
Right.
Because it's not something that's necessarily topically relevant to a certain day or time. Like it's not a news item, right? It's a tutorial.
Right.
And that's what you go look at some of the biggest videos on YouTube besides Korean street food and grass mowing. It's tutorials. It's stuff like that. So it's titling the media or titling the YouTube video to say like, 3 YouTubers talk about how to grow your YouTube channel. You put that in the title and you repeat that in the description and you add in, some specifics of, growing your channel, growing your subscribers, growing your views, like literally use those phrases and repeat them in your description naturally. Like don't just keep typing those phrases over and over and over again, but repeat them naturally in your description. I'm telling you what, I bet that'll be one of your best performing videos. I'll bet money right now.
Probably so. I mean, I can just do that with the clip you just provided us with.
Right, there you go. That's what I'm saying. You're free to use this. I mean, so, and I hope it works for you. And then maybe, make it to where once a week, once a couple of weeks, having a discussion on stuff on different YouTube topics, and if I were you, I would do it from the perspective of, hey, I'm a newer guy here on YouTube. I'm trying to learn. And probably a lot of you out there are just like me. You're live streaming, you're doing your thing, you're talking about stuff that you love, and you're trying to figure out how to get your channel out more. And that, because there's people out there on YouTube, that just starting out. Yeah, they'll go look and they go find a video that has 2 million views from Google about how to start your YouTube channel. But there's a lot of people out there that would much rather see it from somebody who's actually on the ground doing it themselves. Like, here's the real world experience of growing your YouTube channel.
Hell yeah.
That's the kind of finding that niche. Like my niche was, I'm going to tear in and do analytics on Hollywood and box office and Hollywood business information. Like there's very few channels out there kind of doing that. So I'm like, that's where I want to go because A, I enjoy it, and that's what's fun for me. And B, I'm going to try to do it differently than what's being done out there, and what is being done is minimal.
Yeah.
In terms of number of channels. So it's just kind of finding little corners like that.
See, if I can figure a way how to screen grab and do what I'm doing with this and show people this, and show how I build it from scratch, I do it. But I don't. So what I really have to do is just delete everything and then screen record and then undo, and show it comes together. But that's another talent is even if you can't make videos, like with me, I have developed a knack for, I guess, is this called graphic artist? I don't know what the fuck is.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I don't understand. Why can't you?
I don't have the software to do it because with the window with the Xbox screen grab, if I change tabs or click something, it will automatically stop the recording. And I spend hours, and I don't know how to time lapse.
Why don't you record it through StreamYard
Or OBS?
I mean, everything I do screen recording, I use either OBS or StreamYard.
Yeah, everything I pull off of YouTube for my little thank you videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll do that with OBS.
OBS is free. StreamYard's base system is free as long as you're fine with 720p, which is fine. But yeah, or just like I said, since it's just you can sit there with a microphone and with OBS and just tell it, capture my screen and then talk as you're going and just let it record. I do. In fact, that's how I've been doing my most recent videos. I've just been, instead of going into Adobe Premiere and post-production, which, I still use that. But instead of doing overlays with, the charts from the numbers or from Box Office Mojo or shit like that,
yeah,
I just go ahead and I go, okay, I start recording in OBS, and I start with me talking, and I do my thing. Hey, welcome aboard, blah, 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 like, subscribe, all this. And then I stop, and then I go, okay. I pull up, I open the window, capture the screen, and I let OBS go capture my other screen. Here's the numbers. And then I start talking again. Then I just clip out the intermissions as I'm transitioning in Adobe Premiere. But that should work the same for you, and it's free. It works great.
Yeah.
Eventually. I will, yeah. But for me, it's just, yeah. And that's it. Like, how to do things when you can't afford Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as I said, for what you're doing, clearly you don't need Photoshop because here's the thing with editing software, and this is one thing that I have learned abundantly, and that is the best software to use.
It's the one you're most comfortable with.
Absolutely. It's the one you know the best and you're most. I have Apple's Final Cut Pro. And I've tried to play in it a few times. I've had it for a couple of years. I don't use it. I'm still using Adobe Premiere because that's what I'm super comfortable in, and I know it really well. Now I keep telling myself one of these days I'm going to force myself to really sit down with FCPX and start learning it with Final Cut Pro. But I never get around to it. I just because I'm so used to Adobe. Photoshop is incredibly complicated. It has probably 50 times more stuff than I would ever use myself. And I think for building the kind of graphics that you're doing, Stephen, with this kind of, I think Photoshop would be massive overkill.
It is. I've tried it, and the first words that came out of my mouth after doing the tutorial was "fuck this."
Exactly.
Literally, I went through the tutorials. That's like when I went to Vegas Pro, and I'm like, "Fuck this." I'm out because if I can't get the learning curve eventually, it just takes time. Time is great and all, but especially with me and ADHD, if the learning isn't keeping me interested, I'd rather look at a squirrel.
Yeah,
and it's the truth.
Well, but I think you're totally right. Like I said, look, Photoshop is great for doing extremely intensive photographic editing and building images from complete scratch. And for the people that know how to use it, and for the type of applications that you really need to use the full potential and power of Photoshop for, that's why those people get paid buttloads of money to do that kind of work.
Yeah, I just use Photoshop to make thumbnails.
Right. I make my thumbnails in Photoshop and again, when I do those thumbnails in Photoshop, I'm doing it because A, I know how to use Photoshop, but B, at the same time, I'm not using a tenth of the power that Photoshop has available to it to do this little knick-knack bullshit. Like, I'm using it because I've used Photoshop for 20 years, and because I use Adobe Premiere, because I use Adobe Lightroom, which is where I live with photography, Photoshop is kind of included in the package, so it's still just there. I don't use Illustrator. My daughter uses Illustrator because she likes doing art and animation, right? So she uses that part of the subscription package. But it just boils down to use what you know. And look, I'm looking at this now. I have never used this program. And I'm looking at this. You got drop shadows, you got opacity, you've got the ability to mask and edit. That's 90% of Adobe Photoshop's bread and butter right there, Stephen.
Is it?
Yeah. Masking, opacity, drop shadow, all that kind of stuff, using strokes, on being able to work in layers. That's the bulk of Photoshop's bread and butter. So what is this program called?
PicMonkey.
You said monkey.
PicMonkey.
PicMonkey. Okay. It looks like a really nice program.
It's a pain in the ass sometimes, but it's all cloud storage and everything.
It's amazing what you can do in basic Apple Photos now. I mean, it's very powerful. Yeah. And again, that's for 90+% of the people out there. So,
Cameron says, so for what I want to do, time-lapse art video set to music, what would you suggest that's easy to use?
Project Cambrian. Let me ask you, and let me pull my chat window up. Buddy, what are you on? Are you on a Windows? Are you on a PC? Or are you on a Mac? Because if you're on a Mac, absolutely use iMovies. That is one of the best and most powerful and simplistic video editors available, and it comes with all the Mac software. If you have an iPad, you have access to iMovies on your iPad. You can do it from there. So, PC Notebook. Okay. So, if you've never used any video editing software before, I mean, there's a phenomenal one called DaVinci Resolve, but that's going to be far more complicated than probably what you need, although you're welcome to try it, because here's the cool thing with DaVinci. It's made by Blackmagic, which is a great little video camera maker. DaVinci Resolve you can download for free. They have two versions. They have the free version and they have the $600 version. You don't need the $600 version. That is for professional editors, professional colorists in Hollywood. DaVinci Resolve is regarded as probably the best color grading software by most Hollywood professionals. But the cool thing is they have a free version you can do pretty much anything in. Now, Cambrian, if you're going to do a lot of video editing, and that's something you really want to get into, then I would suggest considering your next computer purchase, look at the Macs, because they're going to afford you a lot more capability from that standpoint.
Not
But
sponsored.
but with PC, I wish. I'm sure there's other really good ones. Like there's Adobe Premiere Elements. There's like the scaled down versions. And the only reason I really don't have a better answer besides just DaVinci Resolve, which is cross-platform. It's for Mac and it's for PC, just like Adobe Premiere. I haven't ever done video editing on a PC. I'm sure there's some really good ones out there. If you just need basic stuff, like I want to drop in some still images, put some music under it, and maybe do some narration, there's tons and tons and tons of, and probably a lot of them are free, just like Steven using PicMonkey here. There's very inexpensive to free software out there that you can do that.
Well,
now, if
this
you want
is
to get
the
more complicated, it's different.
right. Well, real quick, Stephen, I'm going to share this and show Valiant. This is what Cambrian did for us. This is the VAC crew. It's X-Wing.
Oh, wow, he drew
X-Wing.
that?
Yeah, Cambrian drew this. That's X-Wing. That's me.
amazing.
That's Steven. That's Arlena. And that's Arwen.
That's great. Am I the cat?
I think that's Arwen's, one of Arwen's cats. She's got some damn many. And right here's her damn cork opener for a wine bottle.
Yeah.
And that looks just like it, too. Let's crack
I
this
tell you
up.
what, Cambrian, let me look up real quick. Video editing software for Windows.
I've been using Filmora.
That's one. That's one I've heard of. I've heard a lot of people. You know what?
It's real easy to use for me.
You use that one. I think Mary Mayhem uses Filmora. And
Coach uses it.
Somebody, yeah, Eddie uses that. I think there's a number of them out there that that are really, really good. You don't have to get. That's actually a really good suggestion. Go check out Filmora. I can't talk. Filmora. And I think because I've heard, now that you say that name, I've heard a number of YouTubers throw that name at me before for what they're using.
Shoot, yeah. Yeah, it's like really easy for me to just go, like when I'm putting a little video together to, thank somebody for tipping us or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll do it in Filmora. I'll download everything, record it in OBS, and then move it over there and edit it together. And
most people don't need anything much more complicated than that. I mean, when I work in Adobe Premiere with the more complex stuff, if for most people doing it, if you're dropping in pictures and stuff, I mean, the stuff that I do all my YouTube stuff in Premiere, but the other stuff I'm using Premiere for is if I'm shooting on a cinema camera in log gamma footage where I need to do color grading and I need to do multiple overlays. I need to have multiple layers of color and tone adjustment to it. It's a much more complex thing. Yeah. But for probably 99% of YouTubers out there, don't go pay for Adobe and stuff like this. For the love of God, it's going to be overkill for you. Filmora is probably a phenomenal, great, perfect. Now, I mean, again, the performance that you're going to get, because remember, when you're editing videos, you're really taxing, depending on the software, either your CPU or your GPU. Different softwares use different sides of your computer.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that.
Filmora, it has a watermark unless you pay for it, but it's cheap. It's $40 a year.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm paying Adobe for the entire suite. I'm paying them $50 a month.
Well, don't you miss the days where you could just go buy it from like Fry's or something like that, or some Best Buy?
Well, but I mean,
you'll have the whole thing.
Even 20 years ago, if you bought the whole Adobe suite, and that was really before they I mean, before Premiere was even a thing. I mean, that whole Adobe suite was $600-700.
Oh yeah.
So with this, it's like I'm buying it, I'm paying $600 each year, but every time they include performance updates, enhancements, new versions, and all this, I'm getting them all. Which was a big thing because, like, when Mac just redid all of their architecture for their CPUs and GPUs since they left Intel. I mean, they've been making constant performance updates and upgrades with their own Mac software, but Adobe has as well. So it's kind of nice to have that. And again, but I use it. Like, I use the crap out of it. I mean, to me, I'm spending that $600 a year, but it's a business expense. It's a tax write-off at the end of the year, not just for YouTube, but for some of the other work that I do on the side.
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently he did some art for you as well.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see. He's admittedly found a lot of programs like are a little daunting, but severely added to my procrastination in filming anything. And dude, I'm with you. When I first started using it, it was like I had to go through the learning curve and all that stuff, and I still don't know everything about it. I mean, I sit there and watch Coach do it, and man, he's like watching Steven do this. It's just watching a master at work with his art. And just like, holy shit, how the hell you do that? Oops, there we go.
Yeah, I see. It looks like Adobe does still have the Elements bundles. So it looks like if you wanted to get into something that's a little bit upper tier, but then would also allow you to migrate into a more sophisticated software down the road if you wanted to, Adobe Premiere Elements 2022 is still $99, which is that's a one-time purchase. So that's not too shabby.
No.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than StreamYard.
Oh God, yeah. God.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating.
I can't
for what I spend every
StreamYard
year
anymore.
on StreamYard to have the issues I have with them.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, man, I wasted so much on Streamlabs. I was going to start streaming through that, and my computer did not like it, and I'd already paid for it. I'm like, well, shit.
Wait, Streamlabs I have Streamlabs. I never paid for it.
Yeah, to get your own custom custom themes with glowing text and all that other
I
stuff.
use Streamlabs basically just to record the screen, and then I switched over to OBS. I didn't do any of the overlay stuff.
okay.
StreamYard, I do pay. What is it, like $400 a year, whatever it is.
You guys are going in U.S. prices. You guys aren't like actually taking consideration how the exchange rate works for other people. I was paying almost $45 a month, and I had to cancel it, right? Because when that whole letter came in, that was just an automated reply, and I was like, oh crap, my disability's gone. I canceled everything, and it takes a big chunk when you're only getting almost not even under $1,200 a month for disability, and $600 goes to $500 goes to rent and bills. It's just
the free side is pretty good with the 720p. It's certainly not bad at all. I mean, for being free, it's actually a great system. But I wanted to get the 1080p, and then I liked having the individual audio files. And then I found out and chewed StreamYard's head off because the first time I used the individual audio files, like, so if I were to record something on StreamYard instead of live streaming, well, I think it works on live stream too. But when I were to record on StreamYard, if I had a guest or 2 guests or 12 guests, every guest would get a separate audio track that I could then, if I wanted to, download individually and be able to clean up in post-production, which I needed to do a few times, like when I had Pro on. Well, guess what? Frickin' StreamYards, unbeknownst to me, they record and encode at a variable frame rate. But the audio recording is captured before it goes through that process. So in other words, if you try to go in and then match up your separate audio tracks to the video file that they created for you in post, it doesn't work. By the time you're 5 minutes into your video, your audio has slid off 5 seconds from your sync on the video. Everybody's mouths are out of sync. And it was like a nightmare. So I was like, that was one of those pesky things. I'm like, sons of bitches, I'm paying you. Yeah, I'm paying y'all $400+ a year for this, and I can't even get a constant frame rate of 29.97 or 30 FPS or something.
That's why I'm looking into Restream. It looks cheaper. You're able to automatically use it to stream to multiple platforms from any one of your streaming software, and I think you should check out their package. Because even the StreamYards have been that new lower tier thing in, they still fucking keep the watermark at the top right. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you free advertising. You're still paying me. You know what I mean? That big freaking ugly logo, and yet we have so many more problems with it. How is this?
No, your mic got glitchy
Steven, I
again.
lost you.
How does this look?
Oh, there you are.
Does this look good or bad?
I like it.
Oh yeah, that's good shit, man. That's why I got it up still. It's like watching a master with art at work, and you're just mesmerized by this shit.
Yeah, you're just kind of like chilling there, putting this together, and this is why I asked you to help me with my stuff. It's because
Yeah.
you know I've realized that I know what I have in my mind, but when it's like when I'm doing photography work, if I'm doing somebody else's pictures, if I'm working on somebody else's portrait or something like this, I know what I need to do. But if I were to sit there and try to edit a picture of myself, which I've tried to do,
And yes.
I want to put a knife in my throat. I seriously, like, it's terrible
Agreed.
because I can't. I have to get. You have to get somebody else to edit your own work. You have to. You cannot do it yourself from that perspective. So that's why I was like, I like making thumbnails, but like I realize that I'm spending too much time trying to think about this when somebody else with a fresh perspective can come in and go, here.
Fresh perspective, dude. I didn't go to sleep till 1 a.m. working on that shit last night.
Did you?
Yeah, as soon as you gave me, like, all right, might as well get a template started.
That's why I
how
was like, I didn't need it till today at like noon or whatever it was, and I'm like, I just wanted to send it to you while I was thinking about it. I didn't need you to get it to me like that
Yeah, I
night. When I
know,
woke up
but-
this morning, I was like, oh shit, he already did it.
Yeah, well,
Here's-
also ADHD and Red Bull, so no, that just
Well, that'll do it. So.
Well, here's what Cameron sent for the artwork for you, Valiant.
Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, you know what? He told me about that a while back. I don't know if I ever actually saw it.
That's the first time I've seen it. That is
Very
cool.
Yeah, because remember he asked me if I wanted to be, what character I wanted to be, and I think I told him, I want to be like a Mando. I want to be a Mandalorian, and I don't think I ever actually saw it.
I just like you holding the smoking piss. The other hand, you going, what's up, bitch?
Yeah, exactly. That works.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
That is cool, man.
all right, gentlemen. Well, I've got some family stuff to attend to, but and I've been talking too much anyway. So
Oh, dude, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's just such a treat.
no, I was glad I
Nice.
could make it.
Yeah.
I got home. I think I got home a little bit before 6, and then I was actually sitting here. I kind of lost track of time. We were playing Minecraft Dungeons.
Good game.
It is. I've never played it before. We played it at Margaritaville in Biloxi, Mississippi, over the weekend. Me and Renegade Jr. And I'm like, I loved it. Like I played Minecraft with him before, and I didn't like it at all. I'm like, this is boring to me. But we played this at the arcade. I'm like, this is Diablo meets Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Yep.
Like this is totally me. And so I went and downloaded it on the PS4, and he wasn't even here last night, and I started playing it. I was playing it for 5 hours last night.
Same.
I was like, what happened? So yeah,
Yeah,
It's a
it's
bunch of
fun.
it's a bunch of fun. So anyway,
Shoot, yeah.
let me run. I got to go finish dinner. Good
All
to
right,
see y'all.
um,
But I'll be listening. I'll be in the chat.
Okay, hey, real quick, are you going to the FNT meetup next week?
The when?
The Friday Night Tights meetup in Dallas on the 16th?
16th of this month?
Yes.
No, probably not.
Okay.
I'm hoping that. I know Coach and Nick had talked about Dallas in October. I can't remember the event, but it was some-
Retropalooza.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I can get away for whatever that weekend is. So we'll see.
Hell yeah. Well, next time, if I ever see you, I'll buy you a drink.
Oh yeah.
That way.
Well, I'm going to make one of these things. The hardest part is just getting away.
Yeah.
But I've convinced myself I just have to, if I plan it out far enough in advance, and I know it's like, okay, I'll get on a plane, like I'll leave the office Thursday afternoon, drive to the airport, park, hop on a plane, and then fly home Sunday evening or something like that. I mean, that's kind of what I have to do, just to
Right.
try to map it out to where I can make that happen. So,
Shoot,
any
yeah.
case. All right, folks. See y'all later.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Take care.
Take care.
Man, this stream started slow, then it picked up.
Mhm.
Like, hell yeah, dude. He is using what's the name of it again?
None of your business. It's Pick Monkey.
Pick Monkey. Yes. There we go. Put it in the chat. No, we just watching the game, having a bud. Ronnie's like, "What are y'all doing right now? You're fucking watching this, dude." No, he's making some channel art for 24/7 Fusion Media. Always
He
floods
doesn't,
it.
he doesn't know. Damn, that doesn't
Okay, so everybody
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
shush.
be very, very quiet. That's because you boys get lost without the noisy girls. They just fill in the gaps, and we just kind of sit back and enjoy it. It's like, okay, we ain't got to do nothing right now. Oh, I haven't been watching. I just joined. Oh, shit. Oh, you've been working on something. What you working on, man? I am sitting here with the hiccups and just going. Blah. Yeah, that is so good. How many channel arts have you done now?
No comment. I don't know.
I mean, I've got our channel art on the backdrop right behind us.
It's usually just whatever I feel like doing. But if I'm not moving right now, it's because I'm on a different tab trying to do something.
It's okay. Half the time, Arlena's doing something, starts laughing spontaneously, or her and Arwen start laughing. I'm like, the hell? Oh, he's on somebody else's stream or chat or whatever. Really? What the fuck, dude? Oh.
No, that was a good talk with Val. And
It was. It was. I was just, and I really owe them big time because, and you too, because I messaged y'all less than an hour from showtime. And y'all all made it. And dude, that's just big love. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. And I appreciate all your chats, man. I mean, we don't always have to be goofy and silly and shit all the time. It's just, it's nice to have a good, serious conversation about something. And I'm not hurting from laughing so much.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like laughing, so it doesn't really bother me much. But man, sometimes I just get such a bad headache from laughing so hard. Just mostly it's the Arwenisms.
Pretty much.
The more than Freudian slips are just comedy gold. I just love it. Oh man.
We can call it if you want to.
No, I was about to ask you real quick. How's it feel to have the gang doing the Fortnite thing again? And it going good.
It's not bad. It still has its ups and downs, but I'm not too worried. There's going to be always ups and downs. Get rid of that Black Lightning shit.
Well, from a fan perspective, it's enjoyable as hell.
Really? I don't sound like some type of Nazi?
No.
I'll have to work on that.
Not at all. Well, I mean, yeah, I was just when you get irritated at Explorer or Will gets irritated at Explorer, that's that's funny. As long as you're not having an aneurysm, it's funny.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's nice. It's not as stressful, but I'm not. I think tomorrow will be God of War.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. Yeah, the past 2 days, it's like, um, I'm just flipping on. There you are playing Fortnite. The gang's back together, and it's just like, I was like, man, is it normality has been resumed?
Yeah, somewhat. I'm just waiting on you. Right now, the bets are: will I get monetized, or will they take it or deny it again this month? That is the bet right now. We applied on the 5th.
Jeez, that's crazy. No Green Lantern. I have not seen it yet. Raven reviews, and I want to see it, so I'm going to try as soon as I can. I have not gotten the Vader skin yet. I have not even played season 3 yet. But I was hoping to tonight sometime, but I'm not so sure. But, Cambrian, he liked it. He dug it. So, good job, buddy. Went to the theater for the first time since 2020 today. Awesome, man. Hell yeah. See, that's what I'm looking forward to is getting back in the theater. Because I missed that. Last thing I saw in theater was Endgame.
I don't even go to the theater anymore. Fucking people ever suck. I hate people. No offense, chat. I just hate people.
Oh, hey, it's understandable. I used to, love going to concerts, and then I ended up, being the guy that people came to see, and I loved the shit out of it. And then after I quit doing it for a couple months, it's like, I don't want to be around those people no more. I don't want to be around people in general anymore.
Yep.
But it's, I'm looking forward to it. And when we, went to see Endgame, there was like 4 people there. So I never go see something on opening weekend. I'll wait for the crowds to dwindle down, then I'll go see it. It's just so much fun.
Not really.
Well, I mean, have you ever been to a movie tavern type place where you get to eat and drink while you watch a movie?
No, most of our theaters up here allow us to drink, but it's before you go in, not in the theater.
Oh, okay. Well, we got places down here that it's like a lounge chair, and you got a table between you, and you can move it around however you need to, and you can get like chicken wings, nachos, whatnot. Sit there and drink a mixed drink or a beer while you're watching the movie. Like full ass theater too, and it's like, damn, I like that.
Nice.
I could make such a sexist joke with that statement right now. Kimmy, that's why I work in a kitchen. Very few people. I thought it was because you were a girl. Please don't kill me. All right, well, I think we're going to wrap it up. Y'all keep an eye out. I'm going to clip those 2 sections of this stream about YouTube and also about Art Deco stuff that Steven's been doing. I'm sorry I keep watching it and just like I just shut up and watch. It's kind of hard not to. It's hard not to. But anyway, so you're going to be playing God of War tomorrow probably?
Probably. It depends on how I'm feeling and everything. And as long as I don't get any requests, I'll probably get requests for someone who wants something done. So we'll see how that goes. What is this?
Yeah. Oh, that's and anybody who wants channel art done, Mr. Fat Steven Seagal is for hire.
Oh, yeah. He's pimping me out now.
Hell yeah, man. The channel art he did for us, the logo he did for us, is freaking amazing. I was like, I've been fretting for months on what to do with all that shit because I was like, right now I'm just using somebody else's, using Lucasfilms.
Yes.
Just picture of Star Wars, the original, of course. So that's, what's not going to get screwed up in my heart because I'm not going to watch any of the other shit that screws it up.
Oh, no.
I probably will because I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't know. Uh-oh.
I'm not.
Apparently, women are only supposed to be in the kitchen if it's at home barefoot. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Making sandwiches.
Speaking of which, I have not eaten yet, and I am starving.
All right.
So we are going to kill it here, peoples. Thank y'all for being here. Still 11 of you here, man. That's awesome. Love you guys. So we will be back Friday night for karaoke. And keep an eye out on Fat Steven's channel when he goes live. Just watch it closely because YouTube just won't tell you. So let's beat that. Let's just keep an eye out and say, screw you. We don't need your notification. We found them anyway. So, and as Andre will say, and with that, we'll get out of here and y'all take care. And remember, no matter where you are in the galaxy, you will always have a seat at our table. Y'all take care.
Bye.